Hello, welcome. Perhaps you were here an hour and a half ago. I hope you've enjoyed the wait and you're still looking forward to another tasty taping with the one and only Tasty Boys.
Tasty
boys.
Perhaps you were here last time where they murdered a tree and then Lom ate the apple and became extra charismatic. Or maybe you were here for Digger being on his shit and flying around on his broom. Who knows? But you're here now, and that's the important part, because we're going to engage in another ongoing fast casual Dungeons and Dragons fast casual experience of the dining variety, taping episodes 120 and 121 here on D&DDT.
That's so ridiculous.
Without any further ado, let's hit the record button, and now we can enjoy them telling us that they're going to record.
This meeting is being recorded.
That's not annoying at all. Perfect. Honk. Hello and welcome to another episode of D&DDT with the one and only Tasty Boys.
Tasty boys.
Hey, I'm Beard. You can follow me at Huey Beard Walks all the time. You can catch us here on twitch.tv/KnownWorldUnited every other Wednesday, or catch up with us on Tasty Tuesdays over on dnddt.com, and follow us on twitter.com/dnddt podcast for all the updates on your favorite tasty boys. Tasty Boys is an ongoing fast casual 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons interdimensional culinary dining experience. And tonight we'll introduce ourselves as we always do in counterclockwise order, starting with the one and only Ringer.
That's right. I am Nate, your D&D Ringer, playing Bard Extraordinaire Horatio Hetfeld. Last time I was holding an apple in my hand, and Lom somehow jumped up and snuck a bite. Real annoying.
Warrior. I play Kletos Begor, spelled like it sounds. Minotaur monk, red meat baby face, tuned to Digger Doomtree, and Horatio Hetfeld. Last time on D&DT, I was Australian for a little while.
Boy.
Noise.
Boy.
Well, I am Warren Veidt, resident international Ironman deathmatch superstar, extraordinaire Esquire.
Survivalist.
Goddamn right.
I mean, not for very long, but
no. Look, one round is surviving. Okay.
Yeah.
Playing Digger Doomtree, Tabaxi Warlock of the Void patron, attuned to Kletos Begor, savior of the woods.
That's one way of looking at it.
Sounds good. And I'm Joel.
Also in absentia. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Joel.
No, I didn't know.
Joel's in the woods.
Go for it.
I'm McKillface, barbarian of the Swifty variety. So swift that he doesn't ask may I, he asks can I, and then he does. Eat the apple right out of Horatio's hand, gaining a +1 bonus to charisma permanently. But forget not that you should brush your teeth upon the suggestion of one Kletos Begor, spelled like it sounds.
Messed up that apple real bad. Yep.
Can I bite the apple?
Well, I mean, you can't. It's gross now, though.
Oh, damn. Okay. I feel like 20 isn't charismatic enough.
And I'm Joel. You can find me at Finger Twitchings on various social medias. Playing Big Bloody Rock Leaf Bottom, the halfling barbarian turned monk. Last time I fought some stuff, said no. It's pretty standard fare.
Yeah. That's the good stuff.
But did
Uh,
Cletos lose in a battle of dexterity against Elam?
Well, no, I just didn't see him. It was a battle of eyes versus teeth.
yeah, and stomachs.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
In that
So,
battle, the tails always win.
yeah. So you guys just killed a singing tree. It turned bone white. Llama ate an apple. You splurted some heads that were attached to it, including the poor, unsuspecting, or maybe suspecting villager. Yeah, how would you guys like to proceed? What's next on the docket for the Tasty Boys here in the Wild Wild Wood?
Oh, well, Cletos is gonna go over to because the tree turned into a beautiful lady who's also dead. So
Oh.
he's gonna go retrieve the lady, carry her back to town because maybe she's from there. They're missing some people.
Could be. Let's find out.
That, sure.
What?
You have, given your keen adventuring skills, you don't think she's from around here, but you're welcome to retrieve the body and bring it back to the wood for sure, or to Lavosia for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
What part of it doesn't seem like she's from around here?
Well, she seems to have the same sort of enchantment that you looked at, or the kind of residual energy that you identified that you wanted to bring the apple to Horatio about. You're not quite sure exactly what the kind of magical properties are, but you're guessing that the same enchantment that befell the apple was a similar enchantment that that befell her.
Right.
You don't know a ton about the apple. Digger could probably guess that this is part of the magic of the wood, perhaps from the kind of mother, but you're not entirely sure. But she seems ancient. She doesn't seem kind of like she was a plain old humanoid before this.
Okay.
You're guessing that this is kind of like a
So-
layered on level of magic.
Okay. So she seems like she was enspelled, but just a long time ago.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, then if I get that sense, I'll I don't know, I'll take some time and is there like a hole where the tree roots were?
Not really, because she was moving about.
Okay.
But there's, this isn't a beautiful clearing. I mean, you could certainly.
I'll
you-
dig a hole while everyone fucks around and I'll
Okay.
Cletos,
bury her.
do you think if you bury her, another tree will grow?
Maybe, but maybe that tree won't cut people's heads off. Give life a chance, right? Like I'm remixed life and you're remixed life, so maybe if she gets remixed, she'll be a nicer tree or a bird or something.
Let's
Or
hope so.
possibly same thing. Totally we just did it again. But
Maybe.
you gotta let nature be.
And it made the entire place really clean, you guys.
Oh, he's cleaned up really fast.
Guys. Wow. All right. So, Cletos, what are you digging with? Are you digging with your hands? Are you digging with an implement? What are you?
I don't know. Let me see what implements I have.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Is
and
anyone helping him with this?
I'll help him.
I'll get things started with a bear trap.
Yeah.
And just to get the sod off the ground, and then I'll probably dig with my hands afterward.
All right.
I'll also give the lightning javelin back to Digger.
Thank you.
Super duper. All right.
Shocking to the touch, like static electricity, I assume. Like,
No. You expended
No?
for the day.
damn it.
Sorry, you missed that when you did that.
I missed it.
Rock and Cletos, roll me percentages.
Okay. 69. Nice. Seriously, I rolled 69. I'm not being an ass.
Rock, what'd you get?
92.
All right. As you are digging, you both hear a clank. And you realize that there are pieces of possessions that are buried here in this grove. Judging by the kind of fragile nature of some of them, you can tell that they've probably been here for a long time. And I'm going to read to you what you find if you would like to uncover these.
Yeah, I'll uncover them.
All right. So, things that you find. Most of them show a strange filigree, almost disturbing kind of fairy imagery. There's a silver mirror with an ebony handle, a green glass jar with a silver stopper. Inside, there is a potion.
There's a potion in the
There-
jar.
There's a potion in the jar.
Okay.
yep,
Okay.
in the green glass jar with the silver stopper. There's a scrimshaw comb with dire boar bristles. There is 34 platinum. An elaborate ring fashioned of walnut depicting dancing fairies. And a chainmail shirt, which no one should put on because we don't want to have Joel draw that.
I put it on.
There. Oh wow, there's a bunch of stuff down here. That's cool.
Do you think they're offerings to the tree?
Maybe.
I just don't know how the boat got here. Because, I mean, if pirates came to bury their stuff,
Mhm. Yeah.
They can deboat.
I wonder if this probably used to be a shore.
Probably.
Right.
These
Yeah.
look pretty old, so yeah.
No, this definitely has a shore vibe to it.
hmm
Mhm.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, cool. This comb's really nice. I'm gonna take it.
Could I have the ring?
Yeah, sure. You found it.
Everything else is rusting. Having something wooden.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Horatio, you like mirrors? There's a weird mirror over here. It's got creepy fairy drawings on it.
Don't make me spin kick it.
I wouldn't
don't.
make you do that.
Because
Not until your athletics test later.
okay.
All right, so who has everything? There's the mirror, the glass jar, the comb, the ring, and the chain shirt. Digger has the chain shirt.
I want the glass jar.
Yeah, okay.
Can I
Cletus
have
does
it?
not care.
Heck yeah.
Cletus is taking the comb
Okay.
because he likes to look good.
Are you
He'll-
using the comb?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would if the centipedes had been able to hit me at all, but I was actually relatively unfazed. But maybe in the morning.
Yep.
I'm going to take the platinum.
Yep.
And I don't know, Horatio, do you want the mirror?
Yeah, I'll take the mirror. I don't want to look into the mirror directly yet.
Okay.
Does it, if I use Arcana, does it seem magical?
No, not really.
Okay. I'll look into it. Do I just see my beautiful face?
Or
No,
a
not
vampire.
really.
Oh, are you a vampire, Horatio?
I hope not. I mean, no. My teeth aren't that pointy.
Okay, but you're not showing up in the mirror, and Digger told me that's how you know it's a vampire.
That's
So
true.
mirrors.
He turns up in the mirror. It's just not as his current self.
Well, who is he?
What do I see?
You see yourself, only different.
You
Does
look
it,
at the man in the mirror.
is the hair on top and the beard gone?
Twas a young Horatio before the inversion.
What exactly do I see?
Why don't you make me a perception check?
All right, that is 30.
You see yourself only whole.
What's the thing you're missing, Horatio?
What do you mean whole?
What do you mean whole? I'm just telling you what you see.
Hmm.
You can tell me what that is. Describe what Horatio looks like whole. Is it something that you can see? Is it something that you feel by seeing that other Horatio?
I would say I see a twinkle in my eye that I haven't seen for a while.
Ooh la la.
You gotta
Yeah,
smile back.
a feeling of being Allbard. Yeah.
That's nice. I'm shaking Dumbledore's hand. I won the house cup.
That's all I was thinking. I have parents.
I look like myself before I had lost my smile.
Oh,
Oh, sunny days. All right. Jules is like, oh, God. Oh.
Oh no, sunny days make me feel fine.
What's what?
Sunny days make me feel fine. I got no.
Yep. Anybody else doing anything with their object?
I'm
Checking
gonna.
it out, identifying, playing, pointing.
I'll put the ring on.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's elaborate. It's fashion of walnut. It's depicting a dancing fairy, and yeah, you can check it out. See what you think.
I will do that.
Make a wisdom save.
So this is a ring of the ram. While wearing the ring, you can use an action to expend one of 3 charges to attack one creature within 60 feet of you. The ring produces a spectral ram's head and makes its attack bonus with a +7 bonus. On a hit, for each charge you spend, the target takes 2d10 force damage and is pushed 5 feet away from you. Alternatively, you can expend one of the 3 rings charges as an action to try to break an object you can see within 60 feet of you that isn't being worn or carried. The ring makes a strength check with a +5 bonus for each charge you expend. I will put a link to it in the Zoom chat. Also, I'd like you to roll me a d6.
Hole 6. All of them. Got them all.
Yeah, baby.
All right. So when you do that, the ring expands one of its chargers, and it takes off, and it hits a tree nearby and explodes. So one charge has been gone. Man, I wish you wouldn't have rolled a 6. I would have loved to see you just pound one of the boys. Oh well.
It's for After Dark.
Guys, I
You
said.
said it is after
Son
dark,
of-
dude.
Is it?
Yeah, the gloves are off. You said this was it.
I
Late start, baby.
leave and let live, guys. You don't mess with the forest, please.
Not messing with the forest.
Well, Rock was.
Okay. Well, you should just address him specifically then, as opposed to it being a boys issue. It's more of a rock issue.
Yeah, but it's that thing. It's like guilt by association. We're all hanging out close enough, and I think the forest would be like, "Oh, these boys are up to no good," and I don't want
Tigger,
that.
did
for
you
us.
just say something team-oriented? Character growth.
It's,
You can
it's
have an
after.
inspiration.
I already have it. You know why? Because I'm so inspiring.
That tracks. That tracks.
Can I like go off to the side for a second and talk into the jar?
Sure.
I'm gonna just journal my thoughts into the jar.
Into the jar you just got?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Journal away.
Perfect.
Tell the listeners at home what you've been thinking.
I don't know why they don't listen to me when I say live and let live. And if you just avoid them, they don't attack you. But nobody has seemed to listen to me, and I don't know why that is. Stardate, I'm not sure.
Awesome. All right. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, this is good. 17?
You feel high AF. You feel like really like you could take on the world right now.
Whoa!
Just huffing straight out of that jar that has a potion in it.
Oh, it's got a potion in it. I forgot.
That's when you were like, I'm going to talk into the jar. And I was like, oh, do you have a secret jar? Nope. The jar you have? Excellent. Perfect.
I thought it was an empty jar.
This
Nice.
jar really liked my secrets.
Mm.
What,
Oh,
is there
it's
anything
saying
about
something back. Woo, woo. Beautiful. All right. Anybody else want to play and or investigate and or what's next for the boys?
Well, I'm gonna finish burying the lady, and guess I'll throw what's left of the apple in there. And I'll probably head back to town once everybody's ready. Make sure
Right.
everybody's okay back there.
Solid plan.
Let's go.
All right. So you guys are heading back to Lavosia, and yeah, you are heading back, and I'd say it's probably getting towards morning. You guys did a pretty good trek into the woods, and then hey, some singing tree time, some hollow man time, some burial time, some tasty time. So yeah, you guys can come back. It's probably shortly before first light. That's a great question, Horatio. How are we handling? Well, usually with a firm hand, but sometimes you guys let him go. Sometimes he just sneaks off, as he's done right now. Where's
dang it.
Lom? Well,
I'm not looking
maybe he's
for him.
maybe he's communing with the forest. Maybe he's being charismatic and he's already found a place to sleep for the night. I don't know.
He's probably on fire again.
I mean, he doesn't have a lighter. I don't think he can start a fire with 2 sticks.
No, he's not smart enough.
maybe he's convinced one too with his increased charisma.
Every time he's been separated from the party, set on fire.
You're not wrong.
Maybe just got a
Not
rumbly tumbly from eating that apple.
Mm,
Got tuna sweats, if you know what I mean. Actually, tit milk sweats, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
fertilizing the forest.
A little bit of fertilizer. Never hurt nobody. Except maybe that poor forest.
All right.
That's what we're here for.
That is what you're here for. So, what do you guys want to do when you get back to town? Are you guys just looking to shack up? How are you handling the events of the past couple days here?
Rest would
Or for Digger, 3 years.
rest would
It's been
probably
forever.
Yeah, I don't know about anybody else, but I am worn out.
yep.
I actually feel pretty good, but
You know, the benefit of being out in the woods for 3 years is you just don't suffer exhaustion anymore because every day is so tiring that you just learn to live in that perma state of exhaustion.
sure, work your way up step by step, day by day.
All right. So, some of you are going to rest. Cletus, what would you like to do with your time if you're not going to lay down for a rest?
I mean, if everybody else is going to rest, I'll do that, but I'll spend a little bit of time if anybody. I mean, still, if it's if anybody's up, if brother is up, or anybody, just kind of check around, make sure nobody else went missing or anything. And no one else got their head chopped off or whatever.
No, tonight, this last night, it was just Kostya. But hey, his now grieving widow is up. Brother Arcadia is up. There's a couple other kind of activated townspeople that are up. Lavosia doesn't have its own kind of town guard per se, but it has kind of readymen that activated that were part of the folks that fought with you when the dire wolves were attacking the town.
Is anybody awake? And then we see those people are awake when we get into town. I hope I woke some people up too, because the rules for the town are not the same as the woods. You gotta ruffle these people so that way you can talk to them. It's not live and let live here.
Okay, fair. So yeah, you're welcome to chat with the brother or with the widow. You're also welcome to just kind of take a rest. For anybody that's interested in taking a rest, either before or afterwards, you can take a long rest. There's enough people in town kind of looking out after all of this that you're able to not have to do any checks or anything like that. You're kind of put up in a pretty, modest but nice accommodations, as it were. Lavosia is not terrifically large, as we've seen previously.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think that Cletos would basically just make sure there weren't any other, fires to put out, figuratively.
Sure.
And then he'd go. If everyone else is resting up, might as well rest up too.
That sounds very fair. All right, I'm going to put up an image here so you guys can see. Lavosia. So snazzy. There we go. So you'll be able to see this where my lovely face usually is. In general, the town of Lavosia, the big blue number that you see kind of in the middle.
Mhm.
Number 2 is the um, the kind of main pit in town. The other spaces on the outskirts, you see kind of in the top right corner, near where it says kind of footpath, that kind of farthest farmstead, that is Kostya's house. The other kind of main spaces in town that you see, um, the kind of main farm that you see kind of in the west where you came in from that trail, in the kind of tiny part in the top left corner, the one at about 8 o'clock, that's the main trail that y'all came in. um, Lam came in off the trail to the south, um, and yeah, and then when you went running out, Kletos, you basically headed kind of north or west, kind of northwest, not along that path to the northwest, but kind of in between those two paths out of town. So,
Okay.
yeah, so that's kind of where you guys are at. You're put up at doo-doo-doo, the farmstead that is just right next to this ear here, right here, by the Bassa family. That's their farmstead right there.
They must raise corn.
No, that's the Massa. Massa. They're on the other
No,
side.
but they're right by the ear.
My ears, not the ears. They could also be making candles because of all the wax.
Yeah, this town is wax, that's for sure.
All right. So let's say we'll let you guys kind of sleep the day away. Get a full rest in. You can wake up in kind of late afternoon. Um, and yeah, you can explore as you will. Um, Lam has been through town and is doing some scouting around here. He said that he was pulled to the north by that connection that he has, seeking out his father, from the connection that was forged between them by his auntie. Brother Arcady is located at the chapel, to the kind of green gods of the forest. That space is located right here, out kind of just on the edge of the forest, south of Kostya's farmstead there. The uh, spaces there, it seems to be kind of a small, simple chapel with a kind of lonely, small graveyard. The chapel itself has kind of a sagging roof that's covered in moss and other lichen. Um, Around town, the the townspeople that are kind of putting you up, kind of give you the basic lay of the land. Um, there's a number of different farmsteads. There's Ole Yurt's house, which is located on my other ear,
Is it a yurt?
right here. It's not, surprisingly.
Oh.
It's a beautiful gabled farmstead. Um, and then right here, number 11, is Chobak's place. the Costia farmhouse up here, a boop. And then other places. You've known Anna's place, Area 1, which is right by the chapel. Right here is the old lime kiln. It's basically the collapsed remains of a kind of an old kiln that was there. And then Area 2, as I mentioned, right here near the center of town, is a kind of timber stake that mysteriously rises from the center of a small circular pond that has a pair of mangy looking ducks there. There's 3 rusted manacles dangling from the top of the stake.
Well, we know where we're going. To the job board.
We got jobs already. We gotta figure out why the bull almost killed that guy. We gotta figure out where the girl with the pig went.
Yep.
Yeah, but that weird stake in the middle of the pond.
Well, we can go look at it. I was gonna go talk to the bull guy.
Okay. Split the party.
Well, I mean, we're in town. We're in a village. Like, we're independent adults. Most of us.
Exactly. Boom, boom, boom. All ground covered.
You know? We can all go together if you want.
I'm not opposed.
Okay. So you want to go to the ducks first? What I'm hearing.
Kinda. They look mangy.
Okay. Well, all right. Yeah, we can go.
I just wanted to ask them some questions quick.
Great. Cool.
That's it. That's all I want.
I will say before we get going that in the morning, or well, I mean not in the morning, but like when they woke up, Cletos would have done his usual grooming routine with the new comb.
Yeah.
Just for funsies. Not for funsies, really for function and fashion.
It's both fun and functional.
But also funsies. It's a good time.
You're not wrong. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you feel pretty. Oh, so pretty.
I normally do, but I'm glad. How's it feel? Is it like sturdy? Is it like soft? Is it Direboar bristles? It's probably like a firmer.
It is. It does feel firm.
Okay.
Finally
get that cowlick down.
It's beautifully carved from bone. You see. Let's see.
Lavosa.
Like it almost, and then it's all right. It's all right. I get the vibe.
Let's just give you the whole vibe.
Oh, that is nice.
Oh, that is.
That's very nice. That's very nice. Yeah. Look at that.
Carved bone. Scrimshaw, baby.
Scrimshaw.
Yeah, just so scrimmy. Such shaw. Wow. So yeah, nothing in particular happens when you're playing along with it.
All right.
But yeah, you feel like something could.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
But right now, you just feel like really, really good looking. Man.
Sure.
I feel good looking. That's what I say.
All right.
All right.
So Let's go see those ducks.
See the ducks. See the ducks. All right, so you guys head to the middle of town. There's a couple ducks there.
You guys okay? You look worse for wear.
Are you speaking with animals?
I am.
All right. Well, they say back to you. Oh, let me see. I have to check on some duck stats.
Duck
Don't
stats.
Don't want to overstep my web
You know
development
ducks
here.
are the most intelligent creature there are. They are forming Harvard-level sentences right now.
Rock is munching a little cheese
Ooh.
to go with the
Yeah.
quackers.
Ah, son of a... That irony's not lost on the boys.
Yeah. The ducks can tell you that business has been slow for quite some time.
Duck business?
Yes, duck business.
What do you guys do?
We watch, we witness.
Do you guys need anything?
Yes. We are in desperate need.
Of? Let me help you.
Corn.
We could do that. Or one of us could at least do it, yeah. For sure.
Bread. Blood.
Corn. Oh, yeah, all very doable things.
Not
Was it-
for eating or drinking.
Not for?
The corn, yes. The bread,
Okay.
yes. The blood, no. We witness.
How do you want me to give you like a jar of blood?
No.
Oh, you want to see somebody on the post. Yeah. You guys, is this what you do? Is this your thing?
We
All right.
watch, we witness.
Okay. Yeah.
Evil.
Oh.
Evil will be punished. We will bear witness.
So you're men of God.
No.
Oh,
We are ducks.
ducks of God. Sorry.
No. Just ducks.
All right.
Ducks of
Well,
justice. We watch,
guys,
we witness.
do we have room for
We
two
savor.
more ducks?
Also, we like bread and corn.
Yeah, I got
And justice.
guys,
It's been longer since justice. There is corn and bread in town, but there is not much. So we are patient. We watch. We wait.
Well,
We witness.
we do nothing but dole out justice. So if you guys ever wanted to tag along, I got you. But I'll grab you some corn and bread for the time being. Maybe somebody evil, for you guys to bear witness. Maybe an evil bear, who knows? Guess we'll see. But I got you on the corn and bread.
We will wait with less hunger in our belly,
Perfect.
but the same amount of fire for justice.
Guys, can we add 2 more animal companions? God, that would be great if we could.
They want to come with us?
I don't think they do, but I think I could convince them.
Do you know how to take care of 2 ducks?
Corn and bread.
You want to manipulate ducks into following us?
All right.
I wouldn't mind it. These guys especially, they seem very purpose driven
Mhm.
and like they got a good head on their shoulders.
Yeah. Do they seem durable? Because I feel like those ducks would be in mortal danger a lot if they came with us.
You know, I feel like they're a lot more than meets the eye, if you will, because they seem like hardened ducks.
Hardened ducks?
Yeah, like they've seen some shit, you know?
Sure.
You hear one quack over Digger's shoulders like very loudly, and Digger, you hear them say, "Of justice. We've seen
Yeah.
much justice."
Yeah, I mean,
I must
there's
reiterate, ducks of justice. They've seen justice, not shit. I apologize.
okay, yeah, because
I
they're swimming
misspoke.
in it. So, but maybe that's why there's so many. Maybe someone should clean this pond for them.
Does anybody have prestidigitator?
I don't know what that is.
I do, but we might be here for a while.
I'm not a big music guy.
Well, if we get time, we should probably clean. No, I don't know if we want to see what's at the bottom of that pond.
Maybe,
But
maybe.
we'll table that. Table the pond cleaning.
Sure.
I'm gonna get some corn and bread while we head to the next thing. So I'll
Yeah.
just drop that off to them.
Maybe what we should do is just you could start a list of potential
Yes,
Tasty Boys
list.
joiners, members,
Yep.
additions, and then at some point we can have Tasty Boys auditions. You know?
Ooh, I like it.
Mhm.
Ducks of Justice? Question mark. Saved under allies in D&D Beyond. There we go.
You
Perfect.
could put the Baron on the list too, because
On it.
I bet he would be great on our team.
He
Yeah.
probably would try to kill us.
I mean, you would definitely try to kill us.
Nope,
'cause
we
he did.
can't be sure because you got to audition these people. You got to vet. You got to check their backgrounds.
Let him try.
Yep.
I mean, but what if his audition is like, for my audition, I'm going to kill the Tasty Boys? Like, at what point do we stop that train? What's a train? I don't know what a train is, but it sounded good.
No, we've been on a.
That's
We've been on.
what's on the back of a dress.
Yep.
I feel like that would just be a bad audition, and he just wouldn't. He wouldn't get the spot.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll let him finger of death you this time.
Perfect. You know why? Durability. You know what? Those Ducks of Justice would probably love to watch something like that.
Yeah. I mean, because he only almost disintegrated you. So
almost like what felt like the last shred of my humanity held on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cat manity, I guess.
Right. You should put like an asterisk next to that so you know it'll be an intense audition.
Good call.
Maybe you can take first chair on that.
On it.
The judge.
It's just a communication issue.
Is it?
He just needs love.
All you need is love.
If we're putting asterisks, sorry.
Yep. No, go ahead.
If you're putting asterisks by people we're going to interview, you might want to put one by the ducks and not have Crunchy in the room. He might eat them.
Speaking of that, can we go get the captain, please?
Where is he?
You don't know.
I don't know.
That sounds like a you problem.
Ducks of Justice, asterisk, no captain. Got it.
Well, even with the rest of your stuff?
Yeah.
Well,
just a cat out here doing my cat stuff.
Well, you've got a cool javelin and some darts and a weird green jar that makes you act weird. So you're off to a good start.
It hasn't
and
been
a sword.
Bad 3 years as a cat. Yeah.
Yeah. You learned how to speak duck in that 3 years.
not just duck, but justice. Apparently, they're really big on justice. So
Okay.
I've found.
Sure, like a dialect.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay. Well,
all right, I got that list started. We'll do the
Good.
next thing.
mhm.
On en route, I'll grab the bread and
Yeah.
corn.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to go find out more about this bull that killed somebody, because it sounded like that there was a ticking clock there
Pressing issue.
for the
Got it.
bull.
Also, the missing child.
No missing children cases. We don't do those anymore. After the last one, which then had the Baron, which almost killed me. Do we still do missing persons cases? I don't know.
I feel like it's in our repertoire.
Okay.
I feel like our takeaway with the Baron is that we should be better at rescuing kids.
Not wrong, but not right.
I mean, you don't know who her parents are.
No, we do. They're in town. They're the ones looking for her.
They can hold a grudge.
Not against us, but we weren't even here for that. So.
You weren't really there for the Baron's daughter either.
And look, he tried to literally disintegrate me from existence. That's how passionate he was about that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so I think the bull is the more pressing issue, because I feel like that's not going to be a turnabout TPK, you know?
Yeah. Total picnic.
Killer. Nothing worse than a picnic that just gets killed.
Yeah. Like when some ducks come and eat all the bread you had saved for sandwiches.
But they tell you
total
it's
picnic
like
killer
for justice.
I don't know. I mean, it's fine. It's just
but
it's good for justice, bad for the picnic.
Exactly. What's good for the ducks is not good for the party.
Maybe you have a total party kumbaya. You never know.
Ooh.
Are you guys not into justice anymore? I mean, just saying.
I mean, trying to go get justice for this bull here.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Yes, we're going to go there.
We're going to go see the bull?
We're going to go see the son of the townsperson who was killed by the bull.
The son of Yurt.
And the bull.
The son of Yurt. Yes. So yeah, you guys are going to see Drash. And Drash is out in the field at the back of Yurt's house. The field is about 50 feet square with an edged stone wall about 5 feet high. The bull is laying down when you get there. And Drash is sitting on the wall looking rather crestfallen, but kind of oddly serene.
Is he okay?
He looks crestfallen, but oddly serene.
Well, I ask him.
In the third person, is he okay? Who would you be talking to? Are you speaking with animals to the bull?
Yeah.
Or are you speaking to Drash about the bull?
No,
or
I
are
don't.
you speaking
I'm here for the
obstinately?
animal. I'm here for the animal.
Okay, all right. He says he looks crestfallen, but oddly serene. Thank you for speaking with me.
It's the least I could do.
I finally rid myself of that song.
Oh, good. Yeah, so totally misunderstanding.
And yet, my friend is gone. The song took everything from me, almost everything. Oh, God damn it.
Well,
who did that? Joel, you can have inspiration. It's the least I can move. Jesus Christ.
Sometimes we just gotta move on. Son of a. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. That sounded insensitive. Move on. Yeah, that wasn't a play on words, I assure you.
It wasn't insensitive until you brought it up. But we do have to move on. Also,
now you said it.
who's your friend?
Cletus Begor.
Kudos can't understand what's going on, but when he says that, Digger says that, he kind of just goes spell like it sounds.
Cletus, you look over at the bull, and the bull kind of like, mm-hmm.
It's like, I acknowledge you.
Kind of kicks a little dirt and like kind of clops around in a circle, and then like bows to you.
Oh, Cletus does a backflip and bows back.
There's a lot more to bull
single?
interaction than I knew. No. Well, actually, we haven't quite.
No. I don't need to have that all again. I appreciate it.
We haven't. There's no name to it yet. So maybe.
No. Just tell him to keep strutting what his mother gave him.
Okay. So like a look but don't touch type of thing. Like you're gonna Maya, but like, okay, I hear you. If I could give him Nux, I would, but I can't. So I'll give him the head nod and one of those.
Yeah. He like kind of makes his way over to Drash, and Drash kind of like pats him on the head, and feels like they're at a place where both of them were quite crazed, but they've settled down a bit since the song has subsided.
All right, I'm going to tag out on this one. I've done what I could, and really not the response I was expecting. So, next part of investigation, go.
I had no idea what you two were talking about.
I will elaborate further.
Oh, there was a song? Oh, okay. And it made him crazy.
Yes.
That tracks. I mean,
Yeah,
that kind
I
of
think it
feels
was
like
the
a vibe.
song. Yeah.
I bet it was. Maybe it stopped because we killed that tree.
Oh, you did. Again, live and let live, but I don't know, maybe they were mucking about doing things they shouldn't have done. The tree, that is.
Yeah, I mean, there were like people's heads hanging on it. So
yeah,
it was probably like acting out a little bit.
Two sides to every story, you know?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we kind of got to the bottom of that, and the tree was like, I like heads. And we were like, you shouldn't take them, though. And the tree was like, I'm going to do that. And we were like, well, we can't let you do that. And the tree was like, I'll tell you dark secrets. And I was like, stop whispering in my ear, tree. And, we hit an impasse.
It did not offer Digger any dark secrets.
Because I already know them, because I've lived in the woods for 3 years.
Really? Will you tell me my dark secret?
You don't have any. You're clean cut.
Oh.
Recently.
Untrue. The wind.
The wind.
What said that?
I don't know.
Just Lom is just sneaking around, fucking with the boys.
Charismatic voice carrying over the winds of the woods. Well, Cletus will go up to Thrash and say, "Hey, we were just stopping by. We got into town, and when we got here, Brother Arcady was saying you might be putting this bull down, and we just wanted to see if we could help out. But my friend here says that things are kind of cool now, that The song is not bothering you anymore?
We've both lost much, but we still have each other, and that's a lot for love.
It is.
We'll give it a shot.
All right. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Sorry about your dad.
The forest gives and the forest takes. And I never understood how much until recently. But if I had listened to my father, perhaps things might have turned out differently.
Well, what do you mean? What did your father tell you?
The forest is a dangerous place, filled with wonder, but fragmented. And though it is large, the pieces are spread throughout, and its incompleteness leads to danger and ferment and degradation that cannot be explained. And rather than honoring the forest as we should and accepting that which it takes, I was foolish and arrogant. And now it's just me and my father's bowl.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what is it that you did or didn't do?
We hear
we'd hate to make the
songs.
same mistake. So
We hear songs of the Hollow Men, and we hear the tales of the aspects of Durende, but rather than seeking to understand them or accept their power and live here in peace and help him and the others, our town, I yearned to travel and was looking out for myself rather than supporting those around me. And I feel that the song would not have taken our dear bull if I had trained it harder or spent more time making a connection with it so that when the song came, I could help it resist. And instead, it took my father, and I would have taken its life, and the forest would have taken even more than what it was owed.
that's real tough. I feel like we all got to take our own path, and maybe you're being a little bit hard on yours. I mean, you learn from what happened, and now you can train people to resist, I guess. But I don't know, I get the sense that you were trying to do what you thought was best. And just because there's a way of doing things for a real long time that maybe helps in some ways, but also maybe hurts in others, that it's fair to try to find a better way. And, you know, maybe you should keep trying as you can. I'm curious though, we encountered the song. We tore out some of the evil, so maybe your path will be a little bit easier going forward. But um, how would you have helped the bull resist the song? Is there a way to do that?
I'm not sure. I never took the time to listen.
Sounds right. Sorry.
Thank you.
But I'll tell you what my father told me.
Ugh.
Once upon a time, 3 woodcutters passed through these woods, and they came upon trees in the clearing. And the first said, "Look there. Those trees appear to be grasping at something in the sky." The second woodcutter looked at the same trees and said, "No, they're certainly pointing to some sort of constellation." And the third cutter stood in silence, for shapes moved in the branches of those trees, and she wished to return home. And maybe that path that I wanted to lead me away from this place was meant to keep me here or return me home safely. But I wouldn't listen. And now I can never hear again.
He's deaf?
The bull looks at you and goes, "No, his father is dead.
Oh.
The story was from his father."
His
Do you
father was
speak
deaf?
common?
No,
Super.
only Supernal. Yeah, sorry.
That is a super bummer.
Tell me about it. Well, yeah. I mean, I appreciate the story, and I hope that you and your bull are able to find a new path. Hey, can I ask? You mentioned pieces, and since we've been here, we've been hearing a lot about like shards. Is that what you mean? We're talking about the pieces that are fragmented and they're not whole, and that's messing up the forest. You mean like shards? Maybe?
No,
No? Okay.
it's said that the primal tender of the forest, before the mother came, Durendi, is scattered throughout the forest. When the old forest was young, but a small grove of saplings, it was tended to by Durendi. And though he is long dead, his magic is the essence of the forest. His veins run through it and are colored by his remains that shape the landscape of the groves throughout this land. And his physical remains serve as sites of great magic. And although the denizens of the forest use these spaces, they are both sacred and secret. And their dispersal has led to a greediness that by his magics, the mother might come to dominate the land. But shards, no, I have not heard. Tell me more.
Well, that's kind of most of what I know so far. I'm one apparently, which is cool. Maybe.
You are
Yeah, that's what this tree told me when we got sent here.
a shard.
A shard.
When you came here from the west, from the North Road,
Oh no, we came
Where-
from a totally different place.
Hergenbergenstein.
Yeah.
beyond the wood,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beyond the wood. There was this tree that sort of activated and sent us here, and when it did, it
what do you
told me
mean
that
activated?
man, it was glowing, and it started. There was just this energy pulsing out of it, and my digger, a friend here, got pulled in first. He's been here for like 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and then we got pulled in what seemed like seconds, but I guess was like 3 years later.
Yeah.
And we've only been here for a couple of days. But when it was happening, the tree told me that the keeper has granted me a chance to prove myself, as each of his line proves himself.
So you are the others from beyond the wood, but not the first.
Yeah, Digger was like 3 years before us. So
Yeah,
we're the like second, third, fourth, and there's another guy. But he was here like for a month. So I guess we're actually 3, 4, and 5. Digger's 1, and then if you ever meet Lom, I guess he's number 2.
Mom is number 2.
It's canonical.
We have tales of those who come from beyond the wood to prove themselves for
Really?
generations.
What about him?
It's foretold that they have great magics within them, and that once they have accomplished what they pass through to the wood to do, they move back beyond and others come in their place. Sometimes soon, and sometimes not for a generation.
Oh. Well,
So we have to be here for like a generation?
we just got to do what we were sent here to do.
The wood is large, and those who come through from beyond the wood do not always grace Lavosia with their presence. But their
So-
tales are known throughout.
It's the least I could do.
So, why is your mom trying to get the Durende pieces?
The forest mother?
Yeah,
Because she is not my mother. She is the mother of all,
Mm-hmm.
though many do not recognize her.
I do.
you're part of all.
In a sense,
So she is your mom.
in that case, she is also your mother.
No,
Snap.
no.
Rock's like, too
Yes.
much. Too much.
If you are now of this place,
Just Cletus is
your
like,
logic
don't
plays
talk about
out.
his mom. Don't just
No, just
talk about his mom. Don't do it.
My mom gave me the shield and the axe. Although it'd be nice to see her, so if it is my mom, that would be pretty cool.
Let us presume that if she may not be your mother, but she is mother to all, then she may not also be my mother. Can we agree upon that, dwarf? Ling?
Halfling.
Yeah, half and half.
Cletos is gonna step away and go comb the bull's little
But
comb the bull with his new comb.
why
Okay.
did you want the Drende pieces?
The magic of the wood continues to grow in all of the pieces that exist throughout the forest. The fingers, the heart, these are all the magics of the great forest. The tongue, all of these touch and speak and beat life into all of us. And if the mother possesses them, then the mother possesses all of us.
Is that good?
Some say it is. I believe that the magics of the forests were ours to explore, although I'm not sure that is my calling any longer. Perhaps it is yours, or perhaps you, Brother Minotaur, it is the thing that you are here to prove.
He has a name.
I didn't tell him though.
Oh,
Cletos Bagor, spelled like it sounds.
Wow.
that's the one.
Word
know
travels fast.
I guess so. Wow,
Well, we do announce ourselves every time we go somewhere. So
that's true.
Do you know where any of the pieces are?
They say that the fingers grow together and the tongue whispers its magics to those who are listening, but the heart is beating throughout. All of it is muddled and riddle, one that I was desperate to unravel at the expense of the wisdom that I was already given. So I don't believe that it's mine to consider any longer. Though if you find them, I hope that they bring you joy and power and wisdom.
What would happen if someone brought all the pieces together?
They've not been together since before this forest was young. That I cannot answer, but if the forest mother yearns for that, it cannot be something simple.
Mhm. Okay. If somebody was going to look for those, any suggestions on where to start? Or just generally the forest?
That is something that you should speak with the brother about. All I know is the tall tales and things that are whispered to children who are too immature to listen.
Okay.
Well, hey, you've been a real help. We didn't know any of that. And, maybe if we figure all this out, we'll get a chance to come back and tell you some of those tales.
Also, and he looks at your weapons, you should do something about that if you'd like to keep them.
Like what?
Yeah. Like what?
What will protect our weapons?
He lets you know that the forest takes a tax, a space TAX. Please do not attack the forest.
For the
And
love of
he
God.
gets up and he gives you a small bladder of deer tallow, and says that you must treat your armor and weapons every day. One for your weapon, and in the morning and the evening, or within 5 days, your possessions will be taken by the forest. So this is y'all's second day. If you have anything that is essentially non-magical, ferrous, so anything that's metal, you have 5 counters. And these are permanent and they're cumulative. And you'll get a -1 penalty kind of to your damage that you're doing with these starting now every day. If that penalty drops to -5, that metallic object, whatever it is destroyed. So this is going to be something moving forward that you guys need to keep track of. You're going to need to obtain something to kind of work against this. It can be deer tallow, linseed oils, or other special oils that kind of keep you from rusting. To do this, most things like this that you can get in the forest are going to cost you 5 gold, and typically you can get a bottle or something that will allow 5 applications. So consider everything that you have on you that is metallic and does not have kind of some sort of magical ability. And the other thing is, if you have mending, a mending spell can repair rusted objects. So keep that in mind. It might be something that you can either like equip after a long rest, or it might be something, depending on the makeup of the party or who you encounter, something that you want to think about as you're moving through the forest. If you have objects that you're having a hard time keeping up, it might be worth spending the money or approaching individuals in locales that can effectively mend those
And
those objects.
it's specific types of oils and treatments. So like linseed oil, so it's not just like any kind of natural oil?
No, yeah, that's a
Okay.
really good question.
'Cause I
You
have a
could
lot of
probably
those.
try to like forage for it,
Mhm.
but I don't know that any of you maybe save Horatio. Oh, you know what?
I
I think
would
that
absolutely know how to do
probably
that. To make linseed oil, I could do that.
okay. Well, you'll have to find what
Mhm.
you need to kind of make the components of it.
Sure. But
So,
yeah, I mean,
but yeah, you could
I do
take
that all the
time,
time. Mhm.
like
I
in
only
between sessions, or
Mhm.
with a long rest,
Yep.
and we can kind of talk about like looking through kind of what that would take, and if you're in a like a region that seems feasible, I think
Mhm.
that's doable. So
And so one 5 gold thing is 5 treatments worth.
yes, yep.
Okay. All right.
And everything that's a weapon or an object, anything that's made out of a ferrous metal
Mhm.
is going to need to be treated. So that includes kind of other things that you might have, caltrops, bear
Okay.
traps.
Forced to get my
Those
bear
things need to
traps.
be treated as well. If it's armor, it's 2 treatments, one in the morning, one in the evening. So
So
keep that in
one
mind as we're going through.
weapon is 1 a day, armor is 2 a day. All
Yep.
right.
Weapon and
Cool.
object are one a day.
Okay. But if it's magical, then it doesn't matter. Is that right?
Yes.
So like I
If
have a ring
it's
of regeneration. So
that will not rust.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It also does not keep you from the other thing that he will say, in addition to handing you that, is that the forest gives magic, but in order to give magic, it also takes magic. So be careful what you cast in its presence, because what it takes may change what you're trying to give. And for those listening, we saw a little bit of that during some of the healing over the past couple episodes, where the healing was not as effective as it should have been. Essentially, the forest itself kind of takes a tariff on the magics that you use within its confines. So, something to consider. And just know that your magic may not always work the way that you would intend it to here. And in other ways, it may be amplified. So,
All right.
I think that is the only other thing. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Well, um, thanks for telling us all that. We had no idea. So
You've all made
appreciated.
your offering, right? The brother would have asked you.
Yeah, we did the
Yes.
bleeding thing.
Even those that came earlier.
Yeah, I've been doing it for 3 years. I was gonna up every year. It's an annual thing. I know, the renewal. I was late 1 year. It's not fun.
What happens?
It's like the tuna sweats, but like 5 times as bad.
Oh wow, that's really sweaty.
And we'll find out exactly how sweaty next time on a very swampy episode of D&DDT with the one and only Tasty Boys.
Tasty
Tasty
boys.
boys.
Interdimensional.
The recording has stopped.
And that is episode 120. We're going to take a 10-minute break. We'll be back for episode 121 with Horatio, Rock, Cletos, Digger, and Lum right after this.
All right.
Hello. Welcome to episode 121 taping. We're back. I've changed clothes, and that matters because it's like you're seeing a whole new episode. They'll be able to hear it in the podcast. Don't worry about it. All right. We're back. We're not on crack, and I'm on the attack.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hello and welcome to another episode of D&DDT with the one and only Tasty Boys.
Tasty
Tasty
boys.
Tasty Boys is an ongoing, fast casual 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons interdimensional culinary experience brought to you by us here at the Known World United. You can catch tapings every other Wednesday on twitch.tv/Known World United, and you can follow Known World United on Twitter at Known World Unite, or follow the D&DDT podcast at DNDDT Podcast, or check out our website at dnddt.com. I'm the Beard from Heel Turn Radio. I head up this posse, and we're going to tape a sweet, sweet little episode. Episode 121, Oil's Well That All Ends Well. Maybe we're going to do a little shopping. I'm not sure. We're going to talk a little bit about the forest. And here to kick us off is the one and only transference of Hair Master, the Ringer.
That's right. I am Nate, your D&D ringer, playing Bard Extraordinaire Horatio Hetfeld. Last episode, I learned I've got to oil everything.
I'm Warrior. I play Cletos Begor, spelled like it sounds. Minotaur Monk, Red Meat Babyface, Tomb Digger Doomtree, and Horatio Hetfeld. Last time on D&DT, a bull hit on me.
I'm Orin Veit, resident international Iron Man deathmatch superstar extraordinaire Esquire. Playing Digadoom Tree, Tabaxi Warlock of the Void patron, attuned to Cletos Begor, inadvertent wingman, and the last episode I learned the true value of justice.
2 ducks.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is.
Lon McKillface, not currently present, but played by referee Dan Fitzgerald. Lon McKillface is a dwarven barbarian of the Swifty variety. He's slightly more charismatic than he used to be. He has less hair than the beautiful picture done by the one and only Joel Vollmer.
Which I guess brings it to me. You can find me.
This brings me to
Me
me.
to me.
Like, I don't want to follow that with, yes, I am Joel Vollmer.
Brings me to me.
You can find me on Finger Twitchings or at Finger Twitchings on various social media. I'm playing Big Bloody Rock Leafbottom, the halfling barbarian / monk. Last time, I was given a quest.
So, some things have come to light about the forest, a bit about the magic of the forest, a bit about some of the mythology and lore surrounding it. The other thing that we haven't done, but is something that we will be determining to kick off this episode, is talking about your status in relationship to the forest. So, what I'd like everybody to do is to roll me 1d6 and then add 1 and add your charisma modifier. And write that number down somewhere. We're going to do a little bit to that.
All right, so I got it's complicated.
You're fired. What do you mean it's complicated?
My status with the forest, it's complicated.
Yeah, okay. You're so. I hope you forget to oil your head and it rusts.
Okay.
All right, so
I did it.
once you have that number, We are going to look at kind of races and classes. So, Kletos,
Yep.
please add a +1.
Okay.
Ooh, we don't have any halflings.
Yes, we
in
do.
this. Well, there's one here, yes, but not here. Horatio, you're a human, yes?
Yep.
I always have to keep track of people. Okay, so we have no other racial changes, but we do have some class changes. So, Horatio, you may add 1. And that will be all there.
Mm,
Now we are looking at everyone else can also add 1.
okay.
Everyone else other than me.
No, everyone in the party can add 1.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
All right, then I'm no longer lucky number 13, so I think that might be good.
And then I would like you to each let me know, starting with Horatio and moving in introduction order, what your numbers are. And then I would love if you could post them in the Zoom chat, and I will show them to the viewers at home. So starting with Horatio, what is
14.
your number? 14?
Yep.
Kletos.
10.
Digger.
11.
And Ruck.
8.
8. Amazing. Okie dokie. All right. Sounds good. Well, folks, we've learned a lot about ourselves and the forest.
Have we?
You've talked to a bull. It may have wanted to hit on you, one of you. And Digger is using his proclivity to branch out into new and exciting aspects of his character to chat with lots of animals. Let's find out if he'll chat with any others.
Oh,
As we
I
embark
will.
on our adventure here in Lavosia, in the eastern wilds of the Great Forest.
So is there a place we could procure some oils on the way to try to talk to the family of that young girl that went missing?
Yeah, I think the Drash said that probably speaking with Brother Arcady would be the best way to do that.
Okay.
There is a limited supply in town because most of them have fashioned tools and weapons out of non-ferrous materials. You get that they might have figured it out that it's cheaper.
Mhm.
And just less rusty in general. So yeah, you could definitely talk with the brother. He might be able to sell you some, but by and large, you may have to go to a larger town to procure larger amounts.
Okay.
So if you do want to do that, if you want to talk with him a little bit before you are heading to speak with the parents of your missing child, good old Carta and Porke the pig. I'm gonna go talk to Jaka. You can chat with him and essentially buy 3 days each for essentially a weapon and your armor. And I'm going to say that rather than kind of if you're wearing armor, rather than kind of each piece of armor. Like if you were to be wearing a helmet or a helm or gauntlets or other things like that, it's your armor as a set is going to take one usage in the morning, one usage in the evening.
Okay.
And one of the other things that you can do between now and the next episode would be to make a list of all of the objects that you will be maintaining, just so we know.
Okay, I can submit my list right now.
I bet you can. That is beautiful.
Would a shield be treated like armor or like an object, like a weapon?
An object. Yeah, your shield looks very Ferris, very nice.
While we're with Brother Arcady,
Yep.
I am going to ask him about the pieces of Drende.
Yep.
And where I might find them.
Okay. Yeah. He lets you know that the fingers of Durende are scattered throughout the great forest. And you'll find them in groups, like hands reaching to the sky. Each tree or finger is articulated with kind of 3 pieces, and they tend to be some kind of 60 to 70 feet or higher. And that he says that those fingers are always reaching to find the other pieces to once again be whole, or that's how the stories go.
So how do we contain those fingers if we need to bring all the pieces together?
That I do not know.
I don't think I can carry a 60-foot tree.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's like,
We could.
figurative, like maybe not like literally put them all in a pile or whatever.
I will say that the fingers, despite being stationary, do beckon to other inhabitants of the forest. And your dwarfling is correct in saying that a tree of that size is not wanting to be moved and will resist it with the magics that it possesses, or those that it gestures to and welcomes to its presence. I can tell you that the fingers will point, or the fingers will articulate, but they will not do both in the same place. And each has its own unique magics. And as you would use one to learn, you would not use it to craft, and vice versa. I have said much more than I would to any other stranger that would pass through these woods, but you have done us a great service in ending the song of the singing tree and driving the hollowmen from our hollow.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome. Oh, hey, like reaches into his pocket. You're like, hey, look, I don't know if the village can use this, but found some coins when we were messing with the tree. So maybe it'll help some of the families that lost people. I don't know. He just gives him the platinum that he found.
This will help.
Okay, cool.
Thank you for your generosity.
Sure. Call it an ascetic lifestyle. So get into it.
If I might ask, we were interrupted during our last conversation, and when the others returned, you had gone for a ride.
Yep.
Do you all come from elsewhere in the forest, or how have you arrived at our?
Oh,
Hmm?
We arrived by tree.
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
Yeah.
Post
Correct.
arrive by tree. Which tree? From which directions?
The one in Hergenbergenstein.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of direction was kind of an inside out.
What did this tree look like?
Well, it was big. It was in a cave. There are a bunch of like little pixies. It
Yeah.
told me to ask questions but not look for answers.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Yeah.
kind of my forte.
Uh,
Um,
yeah. You know what's weird about it? Maybe not weird. It's just kind of a funny coincidence. Is we were told us all about the different the tongue and the fingers and the heart, and this tree that brought us here was in a room called the heart. Isn't that funny?
He's not wrong.
It is.
Said something about told me something about being a shard, and that it was bringing me here to prove myself.
Perhaps these two hearts beat together and are all looking for their missing pieces.
Maybe the person who the room belongs to has a missing piece.
although now we know he has a heart.
What
Yeah.
piece is he missing? Is it the same pieces you are missing?
Oh, he lost his daughter, and he's mad at us about it because he thinks it's our fault, but it isn't. But I mean, when you're grieving like that, sometimes you don't see things the way they are.
Or you see things that others cannot?
Yeah, that's true. That's
I
true.
believe that if you've traveled from one heart and are in search of another, perhaps that is where you can begin to put all of the pieces together.
Maybe. You don't know where it is, do you?
The heart from whence you came?
No, the one that's here.
Yeah.
It's located deeper in the forest than I have ever been. I can say that. You may be able to find others that could lead you, but know that the heart is the deepest and the most potent magic in the entirety of the forest. And it is also where the veil between our world and the others is the thinnest.
Hmm.
So maybe that's our way home too.
Maybe. Sure sounds like a place somebody might prove themselves. That's helpful.
What do you know about the mother?
I know that she yearns to have control over the forest as Durende once did, and that she would take the magics that are in these sacred elements of the old keeper and use them to govern all that falls below the canopy of the great forest,
Mhm.
and that may not be in the best interest of all of her denizens. But for me, I am happy to be the shepherd here and to do what I can to watch over those that can be protected by the magics of this place and to steward that which can be planted in this fertile ground and grow forth in order to serve and respect the forest which has given us life. And hopefully we will have Durende point us towards prosperity and a bountiful harvest.
Do you think it would be easier to kill the witch or get all the Durende parts?
No, we don't kill the witch. She's done nothing wrong, per se.
I'm just trying to figure. Look, I was given the quest to keep her from putting the parts together, which means either I have to get all the parts and put them together, but they're like
You have been given a quest? By whom?
trash. He said he couldn't do it anymore and that I should.
Drash is a foolish boy, and if he refers to the forest mother in that fashion, I would urge you to pass along the message and to heed it well. Those who speak ill of the forest mother, regardless of their intention, should be careful, because just as Durende's tongue speaks to those who walk in his wood, her ears hear more than you can imagine.
Oh well, he didn't say she was sick, so that's fine.
Kind of like looks at the rest of you and then looks back at Rock and says, "Were any of you beseeched to follow this line of folly as well?
No, not specifically. I think I missed the quest part entirely. I was combing the cow.
I'm on good terms with the Forest Witch. You know, she's been great to me in my 3 years. Like I've got nothing against her. She allowed me to live in her forest for 3 years. So she's fine
If
by
you
me.
have been here for 3 years and still refer to the Forest Mother in such a fashion, you
Well,
must have stronger magics protecting you, my
no, it's
feline friend.
conversational convenience.
Be careful.
She knows how I feel about her. We're tight.
I guess.
Yep. Because I saved those 2 tigers that one time.
Did
that
you?
was like year 2, yeah.
It's pretty cool that there's tigers in the forest.
Yeah, but they're not like normal tigers. They're like eyeless, soulless creatures. It's real weird.
Oh, like crunchy?
Yeah, but not nearly as cute.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No twinkle in those eyes.
Yeah, because they don't have any.
Correct.
So kind of like those ducks.
Yeah, but with less of a thirst for justice.
Okay.
More of a thirst for like human blood. Or orc blood. Or, I'm sorry, Rock, halfling blood.
The ducks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow, we have been here a long time. And should probably go somewhere else now.
we've run through his dialogue wheel.
I think I just, like
There's
once
no
we get
dialogue wheel for him.
once we hit the eyeless tigers, it's pretty much like, all right, let's pack it up. Thank you again for all your advice and your hospitality. We got to go see about that lost little girl and her pig.
So don't kill the mother witch. Put the pieces together instead. I think
Don't-
is what you were.
Don't say the W word, man.
It's the Forest Mother.
She said that's what she was.
Yeah, but the tree, one of those talk get,
The tree and the mother weren't on very good terms, to be honest with you.
That'd be correct.
All right.
Very complicated issue.
Yeah.
As
Short
forest
story
things
long.
are.
All right. So.
That's why you only have an 8.
Oh, snap.
No, I don't know how that works yet. But just throwing that out there. Yeah. So yeah, we'll go over to go to Jaka's place.
All right. You find that Jaka is no longer at his place.
Of course not.
He's ventured forth.
Duck's got him.
So,
Duck's got him.
you can, if you'd like, venture out in search of them, or you can continue exploring and discussing or delivering corn and bread or whatever.
Yeah, I have to do that. I told them I would, and I do not want to find out what happens if I don't.
Can we stop by a neighbor's house to see if they know which direction Carter went?
I mean,
You can.
I mean, you can ask, but Rock and I are expert trackers. We can track on prints, blood, tuna sweat, anything.
Yeah, they can.
All right.
I mean, you can ask. Like we can get started while you go ask.
Sure.
Cover all bases.
You are.
That's a sports
Um,
metaphor.
they don't know which way Carta left, but you did see Jarka head north of town.
Okay.
And they left early this morning.
See what working together as a team gets us. We know to look north, and we can start tracking once we get north.
Perfect.
Excellent. All right. So are you guys heading north? Where are you guys headed?
North seems good.
Yeah, north.
All right.
In the direction they said.
Just remember, guys, live and let live in the forest.
So I'd like anybody who is tracking
Mhm.
to make me survival checks.
Okay. Can Rock just make him at advantage if I'm like helping?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, 24 would be the first.
All right, that's real good. You guys, you got the trail.
22
All right.
and
Warmer, closer. What's the next one?
18.
No, you lost trail. Blood
Oh, man.
cold. Okay. I joke. Okay. Yeah, you're continuing on. You feel like you are not on necessarily Carta's trail, but you think that um, her parents have left a pretty decent set of markers, hoping not to get lost, because it's apparent to you that you are having to track through forest, not on kind of regular paths, but most likely that Porquet was out in search of truffles, and that Carta, as she's wont to do, followed wantonly along behind the expert tracking skills of the truffle pig, Porquet.
So as we're going along, do I see any pig tracks?
Make me a survival check, and I will let you know.
26.
Yeah, you do. You see beautiful, beautiful piggy tracks, generally following the same trail that you are looking at,
Okay.
but kind of meandering across.
Sure.
You feel like Rock is probably tracking her parent rather than necessarily kind of tracking Porquet.
Okay. So if any pig tracks go off in a different direction, I'll bring it up.
Okay, sounds good. Rock, can you make me 2 more survival checks?
21
All right.
and 24.
All right. Yeah, you continue to move through the forest until you reach a small clearing, and in it you see a large beech tree, and at the base of it you see Carta's father cradling a body that looks to be that of a young girl.
I realize this is not the time, but probably where the pirates came from.
What's everyone's passive perception?
23.
17.
18.
What was yours, Rock? Sorry.
15.
Okay. Everyone but Rock, who makes a very astute observation, can see that dangling about 20 feet above these two is a massive swarm of bees. They are buzzing furiously overhead. And as you grow closer to the beech tree, you can see that Carta is been stung a great number of times and is not moving.
Oh. I'm gonna go over to Jaka and Carta, and I want to see if I can help cure the bee stings with some of the medicinal herbs I always carry on me.
All right, make me a medicine check.
All right. That's a really good medicine check. 25.
When you get closer, you start to recognize as you're pulling out your salves that the body has probably been motionless for at least a day at this point. The stings have somewhat gone down, but you imagine that she was attacked by the bees.
It was
And
probably a fatal sting.
Yeah, many fatal stings. And I need everybody to make me a roll for initiative.
Is she at least wearing her glasses?
Oh man, a real piece of shit.
Inspiration.
Thank you. At least I rolled a natural 20 on that initiative, so that's 26.
Anyone
21.
beat a 26?
No, 21 for Kletos.
Anyone beat a 21?
11.
20? 11? And
Six.
you rock? What are you rock? Sorry.
16.
All right. Cleo's 16. And 11. Dagger. And rock. And bees. Well, bees getting that natural 1 out of the way.
These
I
are
would
even
say
worse than
nice, but
centipedes.
they killed a small girl, so you guys shouldn't be that excited. Bees.
I'm glad that we've canonically established that Kletos can punch a swarm of bees.
It's a true story, yeah. Okay, so you see this large swarm of bees. They are all about 20 feet up from her father and Horatio. You go first. You, Kletos, and Digger will all go on this initial turn. You'll get a turn before the bees and also before Rock, who does not notice the bees, but is very strongly pondering how the pirates got to this place.
All
or
right.
how the undead
They landed at
turned into insects. Zombies.
only makes sense that they landed at the beach.
Damn God. All right.
Okay. I would like your bee swarm to make a dexterity save.
Keep
Okie
bees.
dokie.
Actually, before you do that, you said we're in a clearing, right?
Small clearing. Yeah.
How big?
Fireball.
Maybe like 15 by 15. It's not very large.
Okay.
And it's not kind of like the forest canopy is going up. It's just there isn't kind of a lot planted around the base of this beech tree.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Also, out of curiosity, is this large tree pointing or articulated by any chance?
It is not.
Just checking.
What? Oh man, this tree's giving us the finger.
Well,
Oh,
hey,
there's
man.
bees in it.
Angry magic bees.
Are they articulating or are they pointing?
All right.
They're pointing right at you.
With that description, I'm not going to cast Fireball.
Okie dokie.
I will instead cast Bigby's hand.
Okay. Is
Big
that the dexterity
Bee's
saving
hand.
throw or no?
No, that's ignore the dex save. That would have been Fireball.
I had a 22.
Oh, that would be good.
Also,
But it,
bees are dexterous.
yeah.
Big bees hand. God damn it. Cletos, do you have inspiration?
Yep.
Oh, that was just to him too. So I'm going to cast Bigby's hand.
Okay.
And I'm going to have it do. Well, I want to do interposing hand. It says the hand interposes itself between me and a creature I choose, but I would like to have it be right above Carta and her dad, just to keep the bees away from them.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
that
I
would
mean, they
my
can be
turn.
the creature you choose.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that. How big is the big bee's hand?
The hand is large.
Okay. All right. So swarm is medium, just for your.
Will, just out of curiosity, will the big bee's hand work against smaller bees,
I would
On the
assume
way to
so.
find out.
or is it specific?
And technically, they're tiny beasts.
No.
Toddles.
Well, they can get squished easily then.
Ha 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 ha. Or can they?
We'll
All
find
right.
out.
Horatio, you have put a big bee's hand in between the bees and the big morning father. Cletos, you are near the father, and a big bee's hand has appeared above you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if the father and daughter are protected, Cletos will he'll run and he'll sort of like Super Mario jump off of Big B's hand
Nice.
and start like he'll sort of do a bunch of like very cool spinning kicks in the air, and when he reaches the bees, if he needs to run up the tree a little bit, he can do that because he's a monk.
Okay.
So take that, bees. That's a lot. It's 23 and a 27 to hit.
Yep, those both hit.
That is going to be. Sorry, just 1 second. 23 magical Cletos damage.
All right.
To the bees. And then he is going to do a flurry of blows and do a couple more cool. He's going to do like one more cool like spinning kick, like sort of like on the x-axis, and then on his last one, he's going to like kick flip off the tree and try to like punt the bees upward away from everybody.
Okay.
That's 19 and a million. Rolled like a 19. That's 31. That's 23 more magical Cletos damage.
All right.
And then he'll land back on the tree. But sort of like, so he's like, perpendicular to the ground at this point on the tree,
Sure.
just like get some bees.
Fair.
That'll be his turn.
Ruck.
Noticing that they're fighting bees.
Yep.
Rock will move forward, scoop up the dad and daughter.
Okay.
And truck it back the way we came.
Okay.
And I'll just do that as a dash, so 90 feet.
All right. Okay. Digger.
Guys, just leave them be.
Too late. I'm already kicking the bees.
I know.
Oh, leave them be.
Yeah, yep.
I get it.
See, but it's too late because you've already bee punted. I guess I will do one of these real quick. Apologizing to the forest mother, and I will butt spray said bees.
All right. What?
That is a con save of 18.
Con save. Nope. That's not going to do it.
All right. Then that'll be 13 poison damage. Again, I apologize to the bees speaking in bee and say, please stop fighting us. I don't want to hurt you. They probably do, but I can talk them down.
All right. The bees are going to attempt to sting Kletos, Bagor. Spelled like it sounds.
I was going to say, that's spelled like it sounds.
It is.
It is. Wow. I rolled a 2 and a 5, so don't think that's going to do it.
It won't.
Yeah.
Maybe monks are immune to bugs.
Well, I've heard.
Horatio.
All right, so I will. I don't know if grasping hand is going to work on swarm of bees. Let's find out.
Buddy.
The hand tries to grapple the bees.
All right.
Let's see. I have advantage if they're medium or smaller, so I guess
do.
that applies.
Tiny.
I rolled 2 18s, so with the strength score of the hand, it's 26. So that is plus 8. So that's actually a total of 26. So I guess I'm grappling bees.
Oh, you're just grappling?
And I can use a bonus action to squish them,
Well,
which is
you
2d6.
have them grappled. They are buzzing about in Big B's hand.
All right, so that is 7 damage plus my modifier, so that's 12 total.
Ooh, there's a very faint buzz inside your Big B's hand. Kletos.
Yeah. Kletos is going to sort of like palm the back of the big bee's hand and just smack it against the tree a bunch of times.
All right.
So first two are 19 and 20. It's that's a good roll. 15. It's 27 magical Kletos damage.
Yeah. You smash the end of those bees, and you hear the last lonely buzz of the last bee fade out into nothingness.
I'll use my bonus action to toss Big B's hand back to Horatio. Like, there you go, buddy.
Thanks. That's how it works.
Maybe take it back.
Seemed cool.
I mean, I'm holding it, but I don't
I
know.
was going to say, you could work with him, make him feel good about himself. He's just like, no.
I just always imagine Big B's hand to be like one of those like sticky hands that you get out of a vending machine, and like after the second time you use it, it's all like fuzzy and it doesn't stick to anything anymore.
Nothing.
Oh, now it's covered in bee guts.
No.
Well, that's your fault.
Fair. All right, it disappears.
And a little bit my fault.
Guys, what did I say about live and let hive?
Okay, see, I mean, it's like the problem is like everything that you want us to not like address has murdered something.
But
Which
I could talk to it. I have that ability.
I suppose we could have let you try to negotiate with the bees.
That's
but
all I ask is maybe I negotiate first. If those negotiations go south,
uh,
then totally
Yeah,
fine. Totally
sure.
warranted. Absolutely get it. But I think we gotta just see both sides here and ask, like,
Yeah.
hey, why did you kill them?
Yeah, I mean,
Did
I
they
agree
have
with
it
that.
coming?
I agree with that in principle, but when you're starting on an uneven playing field, like the act has
Oh,
already been committed, then it's different. Also, like I mean, I'm kind of here to prove myself, and it feels like kicking bees up a tree.
oh, yeah.
Kind of
No,
impressive.
heard. It was. You literally punted a floating swarm up into the air. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
Don't get
kicked
me
him
wrong.
into a little ball and kicked it up the tree. It was amazing.
Unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Yeah. So,
But maybe we're more diplomatic. Possibly.
bees.
I mean,
Killer bees that have
we
murdered.
we don't know if it was them or other bees.
I saw the kid. It was the bees.
But maybe it's like a rotating bee schedule, Maybe they rotate like it's
Maybe
a
it was
watch thing.
other bees.
Exactly.
So like the A team did it, and then
Correct.
out for the B team.
Yep. And they were just there, and they're like, "Whoa, that's not protocol." And then the B team bees got,
Sure. Okay.
besmirched, if you will.
Technically, wouldn't they both be the B team?
Mm.
About it.
Well, honey, I'm sorry that I stole this diplomatic opportunity from you, but I promise next time we encounter bees, I'll let you talk to them first.
Perfect. Or any animal. Because I can, guys, I don't know if you've picked up on this, but I can speak to animals, not just handle them very well anymore.
Oh, so that explains all those moos to the bull.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was just a cool bit.
Yeah, I assumed it was implied. But, well, now that we're clarifying,
Yeah.
I can have open waves of communication with woodland creatures.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. It's you should just if you made it a little clear, because like
Next time, I'll
if
just
you
say
say something like, "I talked to these ducks and they said they were all about justice," that like just sounds like something you would say, which is great. It's one of the
Fair.
things I love about you.
Fair.
But like it wasn't clear that like the ducks were speaking for themselves. And
No, they were very bloodthirsty and wanted justice. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
No, that was like a very weird conversation. The weirdest conversation I've had with ducks.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to this grieving parent over here.
Perfect.
Put a pin in it. And,
So, Digger and Cletus have been having their
3D on ducks.
bewildering discussion. Horatio,
Setting boundaries.
what have you been up to? Also, Rock, you have pulled these two from beneath the beech tree. So I'll give you guys both a bit of time before Cletus arrives to either discuss, like talk with them, or Horatio, if you have other things that you're interested in doing prior to us moving into conversation with Cletus and Rock.
Rock is trying to do first aid and help the dad and the daughter if there's any help to be given.
Yeah, Rock, make me an intelligence check. Or maybe or a wisdom check would be fine. Either would be great.
13.
It's apparent to you that.
Yeah,
All right, Cletus, you can show up whenever. It's apparent to you, even with having limited medical training, that she's gone.
okay.
Not in a metaphysical sense, but in a
In which case,
philosophical and physical sense as well.
still try to help the dad who's still alive, right?
Yeah. Yep. He seems fine, other than being inconsolably aggrieved. That he like grabs your hand and grabs it and says, "Thank you, Dwarfling."
It
I
worked.
have some experience with comforting grieving parents. It's a burden I would not wish on anyone, but a better burden than what you're stuck with.
That is oddly honest and comforting. Thank you. Well, Cletus and Digger are having their little chat. He's going to ask you to help bring her back, and that before her mother sees her, he wants to kind of wrap her body and basically kind of salve it in the leaves of the forest, so that when she returns to the soil from, whence her magic was born, that she can be recognized by the forest and welcomed back into her embrace. So if you want to make survival checks, you can kind of search out what he kind of points toward in terms of kind of creating a litter and elements of the forest that could be used to kind of do such a thing.
20?
Yeah. So Cletus and Digger, you wrap up your conversation. Horatio, what are you up to?
Do we see Porquet anywhere?
Oh, okay. No, like literally why? Why do you want to know?
But, I mean, are there tracks? Is there like
Yes.
a body of the pig?
No. They're tracks.
Okay.
Forest.
I'll follow the tracks.
Make me a survival check.
17.
Excellent. Make me another survival check.
Natural 20 for a
Wah,
28.
wah, 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 wah.
All right. Roll me a d12.
10.
All right. So I'd like you to write this down. While you are in the forest, until otherwise noted, your perception checks are going to be made with a +2 bonus. And then I would like you to roll me a perception check.
Let's see. So 19.
All right. Excellent. You can continue to track with another survival check.
14. Not quite as good.
It's not quite as good, but you are able to follow Porquet further into the forest, probably for another 5-10 minutes or so, until you find him with his little saddle and side bags, munching on some forest grindage with both of these saddlebags filled with truffles.
So I'm going to cast sending, I believe. Yes. So I will cast sending, and I will message Digger and say, "Hey, Digger, I found Porquet. Can you help me out and get him back to town?"
Yeah. Yes.
And then I'll kind of tell him the path I went down.
Okay. All right.
On it.
Digger, how are you getting there?
Broom.
All right.
No, it's Cletus's broom.
Oh, you want to borrow my broom?
Cletus, can I borrow your broom?
Yeah.
Real quick, I
Of course
gotta
you
drop
can.
this pig off in town.
Oh, what pig?
Porquet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
All right.
You want me to come with you? So, we're not like all split up.
No,
Except for Rob.
it's a quick in and out thing.
Yeah,
I
all right,
will
sure.
not get sidetracked, I swear.
Yeah, I respect a quick in and out thing. So go for it.
On it. Thank you. And I broom up to go find Horatio and the pig.
All right.
Yeah,
As
I
you're
wasn't
flying, go ahead.
I was
Sorry.
going to say I wasn't trying to be stealthy or anything, so my path should be pretty clear.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how he's flying through, because you're
Okay.
going through brush. And if he's going up and over, you may see things that you didn't see, and you may see things that he didn't see. So, Digger, can you make me a perception check?
Mm-hmm. I sure could. Do you want me to make it well, or
Let's find out.
I'm gonna use luck. I'm gonna use it again.
All right.
There we go. 24.
So as you are kind of heading in the direction that Horatio has laid out for you, you have kind of gone up and you're flying kind of over the canopy. And as you are heading in that direction, you feel yourself drawn, almost as if you're hearing whispers pulling you kind of further, kind of in that general direction. But as you're going towards where Horatio has described, you see a set of 3 trees that are piercing above the canopy, and sitting atop one of those trees is Lamna Killface. And we'll find out what happens when you see him, meet him, talk to him next time on a very lofty episode of D&DDT with the one and only Tasty Boys.
Tasty
boys.
Lom, 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 lom.
Interdimensional.
The recording has stopped.
Thank you, disembodied voice.
And that will do it for another taping of D&DDT. I'm Huey Beardwalks. You can find me as the Beard on twitch.tv/HeelTurnRadio. Check out all sorts of other lovely things on that Twitch channel, as well as our Twitch channel here on Known World United. As always, you can follow DNDDT at dnddt.com or at DNDDT Podcast on Twitter, and find us every other Wednesday here for the time being on twitch.tv/Known World United. We'll be back on the 30th of June with one more Junelicious double taping. And hello, hubbies. I saw someone sneak in the door in the background. And we'll let the boys go around and say hello and tell you where you can find them for the foreseeable future, starting with the lovely Nate.
All right, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at CubicleZombie. And you can also find me and Warrior every other Monday on this very channel in Down and Outlands, playing a couple of shitty little kids.
It's true. That is true. Hello. You can find me at Warrior MN on the socials. In addition to what the Ringer just said, you can find me on Thursdays at twitch.tv/Heel Turn Radio for Dive Club. It is a thing that we do where we play Jackbox games, we chat, we have a good time with myself, the Beard, Ref Clark Feldman, and a host of talents and faces from the Minnesota wrestling community and beyond.
Yeah,
That was a pretty
and we're gonna be
good. That was a
playing
pretty
some
good write-up.
fun games. I think the next couple weeks, including Jackbox, but possibly some other things. So maybe you'll see some other people because we haven't invited them yet, but we will because we're not always on top of things.
So keep your eyes on your inboxes.
Yeah.
Literally anyone.
Butts and your tits. Oren.
You can find me on Twitch at OrinVite18. You can find me on all other social media at OrinVite. You can find me next week, twitch.tv/Rocky Mountain Pro for the Colorado Cup for free on Friday, and then Milestone for subscribers on Saturday. Also, just all things wrestling. My schedule is nonstop at this point, which is a good thing.
Right on.
Nice.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Finger Twitchings. You can also grab my book Party Starters Volume 1, artwork and backstories for D&D characters. Available on the Apple Bookstore or at DriveThruRPG.
All right. You can find me at Huey Beard Walks on ye old internets. Follow Heel Turn Radio everywhere, and be sure to follow D and DDT Podcast for more about the Tasty Boys and Down and Outlands. And follow us here on twitch.tv/Known World United for lovely games of the Dungeons and Dragons variety, Mass Effect, and so much more. And as always, we are raising funds every year as part of Extra Life for the Children's Miracle Hospital Network. So if you are so inclined, check out the links in our bio. We're going to be getting some new fun ways to donate and help to support kids that need your help. And yeah, and we'll have some announcements about Extra Life coming up very soon, including expanding the family to a number of other channels for a number of other opportunities to get involved, play some games, video, role playing, and otherwise this year. So stay tuned. We will do whatever it takes to raise money to support the kids because they can't wait. Yeah, new taglines. Anyways, we'll see you on the 30th. Bye.
Au revoir.